This is where like the magic happens, you know.
Blood plasma administered. 5.
Alright, hello Udens. I've been talking about this for a while. Yeah, it's the spicy noodle day today. In honour of my good friend Murdoc Nichols, I'm going to be eating spicy noodles, juice, alcohol, I'm overeating, and pickles. Can't have the pickle, man. Yeah, the pickles. But because I'm not just going to eat food in front of you, I'm also going to be reading off some Murdoc lore from the top of my memory and also from this little notepad thing here. But, no milk, no napkins. Just, oh god, this is going to be spicy. But yeah, I'm going to try and say as much stuff about Murdoc from my memory, while also referring to my notes, while also trying to stay on focus, trying to make everything cohesive and coherent. Oh, this is gonna suck. Is that good? Good. Alrighty then. Let's get to it. Hello everybody. You're gonna be seeing this as the next part after the intro, but this is actually take 2. I read out the entire lore of Murdoc on camera and ate these god awful noodles. And then the footage got corrupted. You won't see me drink this because it's already been drunk. Oh god. These things killed me. I can still feel it. And I have to do it again. But for you, it's the first time I was wearing these things. So I guess here we go again. Even though for you it's the first time seeing this, and I have to eat them all over again. This is what you don't see about filmmaking, my fellow suits. Like I said, I don't know if I said it before. Obviously, I've got Murdoc mug with juice in it. I've got pickles, cause Murdoc. I got noodles, and I got. It's in my throat. Murdoc Alphonse Nichols, before he changed his middle name to Faust, was born on June 6th, 1966, in an English city of Stoke-on-Trent. No one knew who his mother was, but everyone knew who his father was, because his father was the only green pickle person left in town, and a famous womanizer in the area. He was dropped off at Sebastian Nichols' doorstep, and like everything he always did, Sebastian saw this as another way to make some money. So, from a young age, Murdoc was put into a bunch of pub talent contests, where he was usually forced to dress up in some outfit and sing some song. The example we have in the book Rise of the Ogre is Murdoc dressing up as Pinocchio and singing I've Got No Strings. It was then that Murdoc decided he was going to do his own music stuff without anyone telling him what to do, because he's the founder of Gorillaz. He had a brother called Hannibal, probably not from the same mother, but who knows. And yes, cheers. It takes a while for the spice to hit you. But when it hits hard. When Murdoc was a school kid, good old Stoke-on-Trent, he liked to drink whiskey, he liked to smoke, and he didn't like a dude by the name of Tony Chopper, who punched him in the nose and broke it after Murdoc insulted him or something. Murdoc is often quoted as saying that Tony Chopper could only get a job holding out a for sale sign outside some rundown business, only to be replaced by a bag of soil. Murdoc got into music from his brother Hannibal, who brought over some Black Sabbath records, and then Hannibal broke Murdoc's nose for using his record player, I'm pretty sure. But don't quote me on that. But Murdoc found a love for metal through that, and he started not his first, but one of his first bands, 1994, called Murdoc's Burning Sensations, and they'd play at Stoke-on-Trent clubs along with a lot of other bands. That band broke up sometime before 1997, because 1997 was when Murdoc decided to start a new one. But he didn't want to pay for any of the equipment, so he had a car. I think it was a Vauxhall Astra, and he smashed it through the window of a shop called Uncle Norm's Organ Emporium. The person working the front counter that day was Stu Pot, and Murdoc crashed his car directly into Stu Pot's left eyeball and gave it an 8-ball fracture, and it turned black, and then he went comatose. Not Murdoc, Stu Pot. Part of Murdoc's community service for smashing the window, because he got caught obviously, was that he had to do 30,000 hours of community service and also take care of the now comatose Stu Pot, which he took with him on a lot of joy rides, because obviously he didn't just want to be stuck as a carer. So, later on in 1997, in the Nottingham car park, crashed, and then Stu Pot went flying out the window of that car, broke his other eyeball. He had 2 black eyeballs in his head, 2 dents in his head, and that's why Murdoc called him 2D. And then he decided then and there that 2D would be the front man of the band, because, he had dark eyes or something, and blue hair. But the next person Murdoc needed was a percussionist, so he stole a dude from Brooklyn called Russell Hobbs from Big Rick Black's record shack in Soho. Kidnapped him, but then Russell liked the stuff that they were playing, so he joined them. And then they recruited Paula Cracker, 2D's girlfriend at the time, into the band as a guitarist, but that didn't last long because Russell found Murdoc and Paula in one of the Kong Studios bathrooms having consensual relations with each other. And then Russell broke Murdoc's nose a further 5 times. for making 2D sad. But they're looking for a guitarist. Found a dude called Jimmy Manson, who was a hippie and a dwarf. Decided not to take him, and he became obsessed and angry with Murdoc all the time. But then they did find a FedEx crate outside their studio, and inside it was a Japanese karate guitarist named Noodle. And then they were a band, and then they put out their first album in 2001. They were very successful, and after their first world tour, Murdoc went down to Mexico, where he was arrested for paying for ladies of the night with counterfeit checks. He was sentenced to 30 years, but he escaped with the help of his new crow friend, Cortez. Then we got back. Noodle had written a whole album, and Murdoc tried to take credit for it. Demon Days, this one. And then they had a plan to kill Jimmy Manson by locking him in a floating windmill. But Noodle was also on there, and the helicopters shut it down and bombed it because the helicopters had bomb bays. And they crashed, and then Noodle went missing, and Jimmy Manson was presumed dead. After that, Murdoc turned to crime once more. He became a weapons smuggler all over Mexico, because of course he always goes there. But he always goes to Mexico. He sold faulty weapons to a pirate group called the Black Clouds, and then they wanted him dead. So Murdoc went into the middle of the ocean, because when you're running from pirates, what's the best place to go then? In the goddamn Pacific Ocean. Found a big island made of garbage, built a studio on it called the Plastic Beach, which was their third album. He kidnapped 2D. Russell jumped into the ocean and became big. Noodle was presumed dead, so Murdoc made a cyborg Noodle that could shoot bullets from her mouth. Snoop Dogg was also there, along with a lot of other people, including this dude named Daly. The base got attacked by pirates and this dude called the Boogeyman. And Murdoc was chased by Bruce Willis. Ages before this, Murdoc also filmed the MTV Cribs special for Kong Studios, which was his studio, but then he burned it down for the insurance money. After escaping Plastic Beach, Murdoc was picked up by his music label, NME, who had an aircraft carrier. And he was brought on to make the band's fourth album, Humans. You know, Humans was supposed to be about... The theme of the album was an alternate universe where Trump won the election. It did not age very well. Everyone got back together. 2D was off making friendship bracelets or something. Before that, on Plastic Beach, Murdoc shilled for Internet Explorer 9, I think it was. It's like a wizard's portal. It's like a wizard's portal. In the strobe light video, Murdoc talked to a crime person wearing a fez. Said it was some crime demon, and he got arrested because he was framed for something. It turns out, there was this whole free Murdoc thing on Twitter. Whole saga he had to do was like an ARG. He said he had to beat up some big dude named Big Balls McGinnis, but you can guess his nationality. But turns out it was nothing to do with demon crime lords. Murdoc had racked up a bunch of parking fines, and instead of escaping prison, he was literally just released. on his release date. While he was in prison, he was replaced as bassist of the band by Ace from the Powerpuff Girls, who was also a pickle person. And then Murdoc came back and they made a new Kong Studios in London, and Murdoc started making a portal in his room, kept going into it in his underwear, and then Murdoc went to the moon with his Winnebago, his love shack on wheels, till they turned into a spaceship. They blew up a billboard on the moon, and then did donuts until they wrote "Be the Change" or something on the moon. And then Robert Smith was there as a satellite, and he fell through a portal on the moon. He went back home, and then there was Elton John came to his house, and there was a pink ghost, pink phantom flying around, and he tried to catch it with a net. And then Murdoc was dressed up in a Mexican outfit and went, "It's me," and broke his guitar. I don't think I can finish these. Stabbed Tootie with some truth serum. Then after the Pink Phantom, they went to Los Santos, literally. They made a music video in GTA 5, and the Rockstar removed it, so they had to make another one. But then they took the portal from Los Santos to Plastic Beach again. And everything was destroyed, and Daly was dead. And a cyborg Noodle was still in a submarine at the bottom of the ocean. Oh wait, it was on the shore, and then it fell into the ocean. And then a big sea monster called Lee John came out of the water. He started using laser eyeballs and sunk the whole thing in Murdoc. The portal closed, and Murdoc's like, "Oh, I can't get back." And then the portal opened, and Tootie let his hand out, and then he shaked on it. And then he took him back, and then they all lived happily ever after. Fun fact, Murdoc has a Twitter account. His nose has been broken 8 times. So the Murdoc Law, I did it again. Well, there you go, folks. I did it a second time. The first time I ate a lot more noodles, but it was just like this, except much. Oh. If you like this video, hit a like, subscribe, notification bell, because I know only Benton has a notification bell. Don't try and say you do. I know you don't. You ain't clicking on my videos until 5 hours after I upload them. Leave recommendations down in the comments, which no one ever does. First one to do it gets, I don't know, magic juice. That's what I'll say. Magic juice. You're better like this video. I suffered for this. My bowels are going to suffer for this later on in the day. But hey, we did it. I'll see you next time. I'll make sure the video actually records. Peace out.